Sam, how excited are you? Like, did you wake up earlier than your kids today?
No, my kids beat me every single morning, bar none. I guarantee that. I'm excited to see what Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah does, and more so the 3-day period. I want to see how he approaches Friday, Saturday, or Thursday, Friday, Saturday. What positions he values, whether he values the trade up or the trade back. And just to see how he approaches it, because I feel like with Rick Spielman, we kind of learned his patterns, and it got a little bit stale by the end. I want to get some fresh ideas, a fresh view on this thing. So I'm excited about tonight because it's fun to see where these guys land that we've talked about for months. But more so, I'm excited to see who the Vikings end up with at the end of Saturday, and then to figure out where all those pieces fit. That's going to be an awesome time.
Well, you know the tune is do-do-do, do-do-do. That means the pick is in. So, Sam, let's get this mock draft started.
All right, so I'm going to simulate the first 11 picks on the PFF mock draft simulator. I'm going to set up the Vikings pick for you at number 12. I'll give you the options. I'm going to click the button right now. Start draft. The picks are in. All right, so here's what's happened above the Vikings. Travon Walker, no surprise. Aiden Hutchinson. Stingley at number 3 to the Texans. So Stingley is gone. Kayvon Thibodeau, number 4. Ahmad Sauce Gardner, number 5. Charles Cross, the tackle, number 6. Kyle Hamilton to the Giants, number 7. Ikem Ekwonu, number 8 to the Falcons. Evan Neal to the Crimson Tide to the Seahawks from the Crimson Tide. That's pick number 9. Number 10, Ron, Garrett Wilson, the wide receiver, and Jameson Williams, number 11. So that leaves the Vikings at number 12 with the following options for you, Ron, to choose from. You've got George Karlaftis, the edge rusher from Purdue. You've got Trent McDuffie, corner from Washington. You've got Drake London, the receiver from USC. Tyler Linderbaum, center from Iowa. Devin Lloyd, the linebacker from Utah. Shall I continue, or do you think you have your choice out of those 5?
I know who I have my choice out of those guys.
Jordan Davis.
This is what I want to
Jordan
do.
Davis is there.
Yep, this is what I want to do. Are you able to force a trade? You don't have to force it. They're going to take it. They're going to take it because I've done this one. So trade with the Steelers.
Okay, what are we giving up? Or what are we asking for?
We're going to give up 12. So we're going to take their 20, their 46, and their third-round pick.
52, their second-round pick, and 84?
Yep.
Okay.
Correct. And we're going to give them 12 and our third round. So they're going to move up in the third. We're going to move up in the first, but we're going to get a second-round pick.
All right. I'm going to
sure
offer.
Accept that.
If not, I'll just force it. Trade accepted. Trade accepted.
Like
all right.
It's a good trade.
All right. Let's resume.
Let's resume.
So what quarterback do you think they would have taken? I guess we'll find out. We'll find out what happens. The Steelers took Drake London. They didn't even take a quarterback. The Texans took George Karlaftis. Ravens, Jermaine Johnson. Eagles, Devin Lloyd. Saints, Trent McDuffie. Chargers, Devontae Wyatt. Eagles, Andrew Booth Jr. Saints, Jordan Davis. Leaving the Vikings with Tyler Linderbaum, Bernard
I don't even need
Ryman.
you to tell me who it is. I know who's there. Kyer Elam. Nope, Kyer Elam out of Florida. Cornerback, 6'2". He's young. He fits the bill. Now, here's the write-up, because I have all the corners printed up. So I got Kyer, I got Stingley, I got Kobe Bryant. Here's the write-up on Kobe Bryant or Kyer Elam, and this is why I like him. His strengths: he's long, he's physical, he's quick. He can flip his hips and get out of breaks in short areas. That sounds like Xavier Rhodes. Like, literally. Consistently makes plays on the ball. That's better than Xavier Rhodes. Xavier Rhodes was great, but he barely could pick balls off. Not only does he understand leverage, he does a good job of not letting receivers get across his face. Why is that important? Because he's probably going to be in some kind of zone coverage a lot if you have Patrick Peterson on the other side. He has a good recovery ability. He can beat you off the snap of the ball. He's very fast, stays in phase. Stays in phase, people just means his hips and his body are kind of aligned. He doesn't get overextended. He doesn't get crazy. Now, here's his weakness, and this is easy. Sometimes gets handsy. Who do we remember that was handsy? Who did Mike Zimmer put boxing gloves on? Xavier Rhodes. Handsy. Despite his frame, needs to do a better job getting off wide receiver blocks. Getting off blocks is easy. That's just a man thing. You're going to man up at some point, and the guy's going to teach you how to get physical and get off blocks. At the end of the day, it's not the end of the world that he can't get off blocks. That's his weakness. For as physical as he is throughout the route, physically in the run game is not something Elam is comfortable with yet. He's young. He's at Florida. You're having to go up against Alabama running backs who are built like Ford trucks. This kid is going to grow. He's going to get stronger. He's going to get better. But at 6'2", he almost has a 90 rating, draft rating from the NFL. That means he's a long-term starter. He can learn from Patrick Peterson. He led the SEC in passes and broken up passes in 2020. So you have to understand this kid is the guy. We draft him, and now from there, there's other guys left. You're going to be able to get a Josh Paschal out of Kentucky, edge rusher, has played 252 snaps at edge. He played some snaps at linebacker. He played some snaps at 3 technique. So he's a move guy that in Ed Donatel's defense, and I got this from Jordan Reed, he's a guy that we can use. So I'm high up on that pick. So that's the pick that could be there that we just took from the Steelers in the second round. Now we can go get a Paschal in the second round, and we still have another pick in the second round as well. So with 2 second-round picks, you just got a ton of draft capital. You'll be able to get Elam. You probably can get Kobe Bryant as another cornerback to add to your group, who's a chance to start at an 80 grade from the NFL. That's why I'm going with that pick. I like Kaiir Elam. I like his size. I think his length and his ability to play press and cover 2 and cover 2 man. Like they said, he can stay with guys. He gets handsy, but in cover 2, getting handsy is not bad early on because you do have help over the top. So that's my pick. I think that's the one.
I like that Elam's got more size than a lot of the corners in this first round, like Stingley, McCreary, Cam Taylor-Britt. A lot of those higher up cornerbacks are on the shorter side, 5'10", 5'11", maybe 6 feet. So yep. Kaiir Elam, 6'2", and I mean, let's not bury this either. 4.39 40. He's got serious speed. He played in the SEC. That's a good prospect right there. So with that at 20, plus adding a second, I can tell you thought about this, Ron. I know you were up late doing these mocks on the simulator. I know what you were up to last night.
I did like 10 of them last night. I'm trying to force. I didn't force any trades. I will say that. I kept messing around with the trades because it only gives you 5 attempts to try to trade, so I didn't want to screw it up. So I'm messing around with capital. What will teams take? What are teams jumping up for? It was kind of good to see that the Steelers are looking at receiver. But again, this is a freaking simulator. We don't know what these GMs are thinking and what they really want. But that, in my opinion, I feel like that could happen. The Vikings could still get a good corner. They can actually grab another second round pick, which we've seen a ton of talent in the second round. And there's a ton of talent in this draft alone in the second round where you could get Josh Paschal. And then also in the second round, the center for Iowa was still there when I did it one time. I got him in my draft in the second round, and then I still got Josh Paschal in the second round as well, back to back. So I took the center first, and then Paschal, because Paschal, I think he's 46. So a lot of times it drops back. So that's what I looked at when I did this. But yeah, no, I'm excited.